Is Daf Yerushalmi Bikkurim in the article Ozvar edition, Daf Gimel Amid Aleph, uh, the fifth line down, Ad Kadum B'Gzela, which in the Vilna is on Beis Amid Aleph. It's starting kind of from the bottom, 3, 6, 9, 10 lines, 11 lines from the bottom. Ad Kadum B'Gzela, it's one line below where in the Ridbaz it says Aknu Migzela. So it's going back on the Mishnah. The Mishnah said that a Gazan can't bring Bikurim because it's not Bikurad Moscha. So the Gemara says, okay, Akdun, that will make sense. Bigzela Shlois Yishash Bailim. Amen. Where the land, the owner, the original owner, not give up hope of ever getting back the land back. But what about where the owner gave up hope of ever getting the land back? We also say that there's no bikurim in that case. Or in that case, since the original owner gave up hope, so now it's in the hands of the Goslin, it's considered to be his, and therefore the Goslin can now bring bikurim. So I mean, what they wanted to say, it's not from here. Hare Elu. So this is a Mishnah later on, Perak Beis Mishnah Gimel. The Hare Elu the B'Chuma Meiser Masha Enkim B'Kurin. So Chuma Meiser applies to an Oris and a Gazlan, and as opposed to Bikurim. So it says here Klum Tzvicha. They have to tell us this before before years the Goslin brings Chuma Meiser. What do you mean? It's not his. Can't be Chuma Meiser in land which is not his. Lo big zayla. It must be lo zayla instead of shaloni say she'll buy them. So everybody the Rasul Moshe the grow all change it to Chum. In what case is this necessary? Must be low b'gzela shlono sheni siyai shemayim. It's got to be gzela where the Bible gave up hope, because there's no way that there be truma and meiser a chiyuv obligation of the good cousin. Ava b'gzela shaloni so we get changing the gear. So I said shaloshim bailim mamena afilu truma loss of lakum. Obviously, if it's lodi special bailim. Then they're no trumas and maestros. So therefore, it must be obviously that there is bikur. There we exclude bikurim, so even after this yashu bailim. So kodaratani, this is like that we learned. Hano nesvagana bagazlon. The person who stole the field, who compelled the owner to give him the field. Gana, a person who stole the field. Secretive way, Goslin is told the field open way. If the owner is still pursuing it, so ain't trumas and truma. The lomas are the same ma'aser like this and hektish. No truma, there's no ma'aser and hektish that belong to them. If the owners are not pursuing the field, trumas and truma, umas say ma'aser, hektish in all those cases, then it is valid trumas and ma'aser and hektish. So it must be that we're talking about a case where there's Yerush and that nevertheless Bikurim does not apply. So as the article points out in the Chalufik Yerushalmi Bikkurim, this Gemara, the Yerushalmi seems to hold that Karka Gzula is acquired by the Goslin Biyush, and this would be against the Bavli in Sukkah Daf Lamed Beis. Famous Gemara by there about Avankare, their Yerush doesn't work by Karka. Some say the Yerushalmi also holds that way, and they learn the Yerushalmi here is not talking about Gozal Karka, but Gozal where you stole Zamora, and the question is whether Zamora is effective with. Even though Shina didn't work, the Shina Meister we had, this is talking about whether it's Yerush and Shinui. And the question is whether it's Yerush does it work for the Zmora, the Zmora which you stole, the sapling which you stole. It's not Pashim Shan, the Gemara, the Pashim Shan was talking about the actual land. But then that would again put the Yerushalmi at odds with the Bavli, which holds that Yush is not acquired by, it's not affected by Karka. Okay, but continuing on, Rabbi Yerushalmi Bikkurim said, a case of Gaza Veloni Siyashu Bailim, where the field was stolen, only not going to hope, Lo Zetorem, Lo Zetorem. As you know, Zelafi Shein Shlov, Zelafi Shein B'Shusay. Right, the person who the Gazan can't take Truma, it's not his. The original owner can't take Truma, it's not his Rishus to be able to take off Truma. Rabbi Yamishim Rabbi Yochanan said, I feel about Shetormu even b'di'evet. Ain't Trumas and Truma. Their Truma's not about Truma because, again, it's not in their jurisdiction. Rabbi Yosef is soon Ad Kedun, Anakaimin Bigzela, Shezosha Bailim Mena. So the Yossi says that the Mishnah later on is talking about before Yehush. The Mishnah on, we just said where it is. It says Parak Beis Mishnah Gimel. That where it says Havelu Chumas Ma'aser Mashenkin Bikurim. That is talking about exertion Loniseshu Balimeta, where there was no Yehush. And here we have a change in gears according to the Rastilio and the Gra and the Leibishleim. Instead of Laida Milo, it should be Laida Mila. To what purpose? Anantinan Havelu Chumas Mashenkin Bikurim. So the what does it mean? That's Tumor Meiser is a relative, not pair, not Bikurim. So the Efsha pairs, let's say it's below Truma Umaisris. I'm sorry, I skipped a line. Efsha pairs to lots is below Bikurin. It's possible. It means to say that it's possible for Peiros to forgo Bikurim. Bikurim are not mandatory. So therefore, the fact that it's before Yehush is not an issue. Bikurim, because Bikurim is not necessary. Okay, there won't be Bikurim. After pairs, let's say, below Trumas of Maisris. But is it possible for a Peiros not to have Trumas of Maisris? So therefore, yeah, you can't. It's tevel. You can't eat the fruit until Trumas of Maisris take it off. Who can take off Trumas of Maisris? Perhaps nobody can in this situation. But and therefore the fruit's going to remain tevel. So what the Mishnah later on telling us that there's an issue of Truma Meister, which has to be fixed. Bikurim, you can just leave to the side. It's not an issue which has to be fixed. But the when it's Yashu Bailim Mena, I could do Tzricha. You don't know. It could be that you would be Bikurim from Yashu Bailim Mena. Again, this is going with a simple shot here that the Yerushalmi owes a karka, and the karka is kanui through after Yush to the Goslin, so that Yush is effective. It's possible that even though the Yerushalmi argues it wouldn't be connected to the Goslin, perhaps it would be connected to the next guy. It was going to Bavli Karkas Nemenik that be used, and therefore there's no Shinui, and if a Shinui doesn't work there, so they have Ankare in the case of the Hadass sellers in the third Parak Sukkah, they had to. They couldn't harvest the hadassim directly for themselves because there had to be there's no whoever owned it now after use didn't really own it. The whole issue there, but it could be here also. Even though the Yerushalmi disagrees with that, it holds that the Goslin himself can never be connected with the Yush. It means the person who comes after the Goslin. So the whole Yerushalmi is talking about not the Goslin himself being Bikurim, but the person who buys from a Goslin now is the guy, the Yehush and Shinsh is effective in front of the Bavli. It's not effective. The Yerushalmi, it's mashma. It could be effective. The question is whether it's still a mitzvah above air issue, which prevents it being Bikurim, even though the person who bought it from the Goslin after Yush does take valid ownership and could take off Trumas and Meisus from the fruit legitimately at that point. Okay, so halacha gimel. Only comes to shivas minim, which are wheat, barley, grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates. say this before. Okay, so the velominat and also you can't bring from the dates that grow in the mountains, nor from the other shivas which grow in the valleys, except for tomorrow, obviously. Tomorrow, but good for the valleys, because these are inferior fruits. And you shouldn't bring from Bikurim except from the choicest fruits. And the not from uh, 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 not from the zayis from olives, which of oil, which is inferior oil. So it's going to be from the best oil, from the best olives, which have the superior oil. And be bikurim kurim atzeres. You can't bring bikurim before Shavuos. Anshi Har Tzavim, the people from Mount Tzavim brought their Bikurim from before Atzeres. They would not accept it from them. It says in the Torah, Chag HaKotzir, Bikurim HaSecheshet Yizra Basodeh. It says that the Chag HaKotzir, which is Shavuos, when they bring the Shtei Lechem, which is from the new harvest of wheat, and this is called Bikurim Lashem. It says, Vayikra Chav Gimel Yugimel Miyushvos Chen Tavi Lechem Tnufa Shtayim Bikurim Lashem. So Shtei Matirim are Matir, the Shtei Lechem are Matir Chodesh Bamikdash, and also they are being Matir Bikurim. You can't bring Bikurim before you bring the first Bikurim, which is the Bikurim Bechitim, which are brought on Shavuos. Okay, so the Gemara says, "Envim b'kurim chulei ilu ksiv v'lakachta reishis kol pri adama." It says take the first of all the pri adama. Yisamer kol dvarim yuchem b'kurim. All fruit is chem b'kurim. Tam lomer may reishis. The pasuk says from the reishis, lo kol reishis, and not all the reishis. Ime reishis v'lo kol reishis ein l'chol chitim v'sorim muvat. So maybe it only means wheat and barley. And the Yerushalmi brings down here because it says by these two species specifically, rashis. It says by chitim by shtei lechem, korban rashis takriva som Hashem. By Soren, it says by the minchas omer, ve'vesim is omer rashis ketzirchem. So there's by both of them says rashis, so maybe it's only wheat and barley. Tamlar piad moscha riba. So it says piad moscha, that's marba, it includes the other species. So the word says, okay, why only shivas a minute then? So it'd be everything. So Nemar Khan Arts, it says by Bikurim Pub in Varim Chav Vav Beis Shatavi Me Artzcha, and Nemar Khan Eretz Chitasora, and it says in the pasuk of the Shivas Aminim Varim Chesed Eretz Chitasora, etc. So just like the Eretz, which it says by Eretz Chitasora about the Shivas Aminim, so to Eretz which apply what it says by Bikurim also talk about Shivas Aminim, right? Ma'eretz Shemar Lam Shivas Aminim Kosa Daber Av Eretz Shemar Pekan B'Shivas Aminim Kosa B'Damer. Okay, Zay Shemen. Now it says in the pasuk you're supposed to bring that the olives of the Shivas Aminim are Zay Shemen, Zay Agure. That's a special type of olive which is called Agure. It collects the oil in it. Right? Yamashim Rabbi Yochanan said Zay Arvusi. This is place which they go to a place called Avrisi. Why is it called Agure? It collects the olive oil inside it. So it says what are you talking about? All the olives lose their oil. All olives contain oil. So Rabbi Zeh said, yeah, when they rain, evidently they lose their oil. They absorb the rain and lose the oil. This one, Zag Shamim Yordim Aleim Oger Shamotocho. Here, when the rain falls, it continues to gather the oil inside of it. It doesn't lose the oil as a result of the rain. Okay, so the Dvash, the next case, which is talking about the dates. That's already on Dalet Aleph. Two dots coming up. No, not really. So there's a new thing. So even though it's Mamash Tav Talmud Aleph. We did get the bottom Gimel base. So we'll stop here for today.